Back in the studios of WUSB, we're bottom of the 8th now at Joe Nathan Field. Maine has made this a whole new ball game. After being down 13-3, they're only down 13-9, and they use a new bullpen pitcher, Andrew Ruggiero, to try and get some more cleanup work down for the Black Bears to keep the comeback going. But Stony Brook is still up by 4, and it'll be at least that. They're going to probably look to try and get some insurance runs here and get their hits back up to serious business. What's unfortunate is that Seawolves faced 3 errors against the Black Bears back in that top of the 8th, and if just one of them was picked up, then the lead wouldn't be where it is right now. The first pitch from Derek Yallen going in the left corner for a base hit. So the first pitch by Derek Yallen to begin the bottom of the 8th is probably what Stony Brook will need to keep the momentum on their side, despite a little comeback attempt by the Black Bears. Yallen beginning things off with a leadoff hit. Derek Yallen coming in after Evan Fox left the game early due to injury. And Yallen's been settling himself in pretty well. The second straight at bat where Yallen has been able to lift one out for going to first. And so you get the next batter up, and Cole Durkin, the first pitch to him, he fouls it away along the first base line for an 0-1. Maine still has some toughness on their side. This is why they were able to sneak their way into that last spot in the America East tournament. But they are still down, and they're going to need their hitting to step up big. They're going to be having to meet. As pickoff attempt at first does not get Yallen. Yallen remains at first with nobody out. Andrew Ruggiero still at the mound. See what more damage he'll try and do. He has a 5.74 ERA coming into this contest. Tries to pick off Yallen again at first, but just too slow. For Ruggiero, this is his 7th appearance of the season. He has had one save opportunity. He has pitched through 15 2/3 of an inning so far. The 0-1 to Durkin. And it hits Durkin all along his hip. And so Durkin will make his move over the first, while Yallen will make it over the second. And this is probably what Stony Brook needs to get close to getting some insurance runs to fend off Maine's comeback attempt. So letting Maine make their own mistakes. Pretty much the same way Stony Brook had their mistakes in the top of the 8th. Yallen was showing bunt. Cole Durkin was showing a bunt, but then he just got hit along his right hip, and he just angrily threw the bat away. Of course, you can't blame him. Nobody likes to be hit. So man on first and second with nobody out, Brad Hipsley is up to bat. Facing off against the righty. Hipsley showing bunt. First pitch, he bunts it cleanly over to the pitcher, and it's going to force Ruggiero to throw it over to first. So Hipsley out, but does the squeeze bunt successfully to bring Yallen to third and Durkin over to second. Another ground out could possibly lead to a Stony Brook run. That's what Stony Brook needs to get one step closer to an insurance run, or should I say 90 feet closer, since the 14th run is 90 feet away. We now head to the bottom of the batting order. Brett Paulson, the exceptional player today for Stony Brook, 3 of 3. First pitch, he lets it go on the outside for ball 1. Brett Paulson having one of the best days any batter in the bottom of the batting order can have. You're 3 of 3, and 2 of the 3 times you were at base, you came home. And the other time he came home, the third time, was when he drew a walk. The 1-0 to Paulson, and here's this one over to center field. This one's going to be going into the turf for a base hit. It was no man's land. Yallen moves over to home. Durkin remains at third. And it's an RBI single for the Seawolves, and exactly the type of insurance run that they needed. It's now 14-9 Seawolves. Well, I think that the center fielder, Reynes, was confused. I think he may have thought that either Marquez or McDaniel was going to pick that up, but unfortunate for him that he didn't go and get there, and so Brett Paulson may end up finishing today's game with a perfect 4 for 4. And so we now get back to the top of the batting order for the 6th time. John LaRocca takes a called strike, 0-1, the first pitch. But really, that's probably another mistake for Maine here in the bottom of the 8th. The first one was Ruggiero allowing Durkin to get the first on the hit by pitch, and now he's already at third. Man on first and third with one out. John LaRocca swings and misses on the 0-1. It's now 0-2. For John LaRocca, he is 2 of 4 today. Has gotten 2 base hits, made around one of them on an error by the right fielder. flew out to center his last time up. Gets ready now for the 0-2 from Ruggiero. This one going way up high, and Tulane really had to try and catch that one to keep Durkin from getting home. Count now 1-2. So after this game, the winner will take on NJIT in the championship round of the America East Baseball Tournament. For the winner of this game right now, they have to win the next two to win the bid. The 1-2 gets outside for ball 2. Should either Stony Brook or Maine win and face off against NJIT, they need to win later today and tomorrow to take the bid from NJIT. For NJIT, they only just need one win. John Rocket gets set now for the 1-2 from Ruggiero, and he swings and misses, and it didn't hit his bat, so that's a strikeout for Ruggiero, 2 away. Well, Ruggiero allowing one run so far, but able to get a little cleanup work by forcing a ground out on Hipsley and getting the strikeout on LaRocca. So now Evan Giordano will be up to bat. He grounded out to shortstop his last time up. Need a base hit to get a run. First pitch, he just takes it down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. For Evan Giordano, he only has one appearance at first today, and that was off of a base hit where he eventually came home to bring in the Seawolves' 6th run of the game. 6th and last run of that bottom of the 2nd inning. Ruggiero gets set now for the 0-1. The throw going way outside, and the throw over to second, trying to get a steal. It doesn't get there. Paulson, and that is allowing Durkin to take the steal over to home. And just forcing Tulane to have to go for that one. Not a clean pickup by McDaniel. Stony Brook capitalizes on a run off a stolen base. Durkin moving over to home, and now they're up 15-9. And these insurance runs is exactly what they need. Brett Paulson starting the fray by being able to allow Durkin what he needed. Luckily enough, Brett Paulson was able to make it home because McDaniel didn't have a clean look on it. This is exactly the errors that has made this a high-scoring game with 24 combined runs. It counts now 2-1 on Giordano. On that stolen base attempt, it was a ball, and this last pitch was a ball too. So, 2-1 now to Giordano with a man on second as he fouls this one over to the right field. That's going to be foul. Count 2-2. As Paulson will move back from third to second. 3:45 right now on the East Coast. It's 15-9 Stony Brook. They're up by 6. Just a half an inning away from eliminating Maine from the American East Baseball Tournament and making it down to 2 between them and NJIT. 2-2 goes up high for ball 3. Count now full on Giordano. Paulson almost thought about trying to make a steal. Of course, a base hit doesn't need to worry about that. If that happens, he would just go easily to home. If that's the case, it gets enough of an error. Giordano not having himself the day that he wanted. He does have a hit so far. Looking for more than that. Full count. Goes outside for ball 4. And so Giordano will move over to first. Gets his second base run of this contest. Now you have a man on first and second with 2 out. So after things were looking pretty good enough for Andrew Ruggiero to eventually get out of this inning, doesn't look that way yet. As now he'll have to face off against Chris Hamilton. Hamilton, who was 1 for 5 today, is making his 6th at-bat in this contest. He grounded out to second his last time up. Ruggiero gets set now, the first pitch. And he blasts this one out to the left corner. And will be a turf? No, left fielder is under it. That is Williams to make the catch. And that will retire the side. But a couple of runs insurance-wise by Stony Brook to retake a 6-run lead. And that will bring us to the top of the 9th inning, where the Seawolves are just 3 outs away from ending the Maine Black Bears season. We'll be right back after these messages. There was no runs allowed by the starting pitcher for the Seawolves in Game 2, Jared Milch. In the top of the first, there was a hit allowed, and right now there's a man on first and second with nobody out, and John Tuchillo is up to bat. First pitch, it's a foul ball. Count now 0-1. As Owen Hamilton, the starting pitcher for the Retriever, the 0-1 to Tuchillo, swing and a miss, strike 2. Count now 0-2. Nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. So with a quick recap, the Seawolves using a 2-run bottom of the sixth inning, featuring Ton Tutillo's RBI double that brought Chris Hamilton home, and Evan Fox flying out to center field that was dropped by Christian Easley, allowing those 2 runs. As the 0-2 is down low, as Ryan, the catcher, tried to get the ball over to second after Giordano nearly left second and was able to get back safely. The count is now 1-2. So Chill gets himself set up, prepare for the 1-2 throw by Hamilton. The wind up in the throw, both runners go, and it's a foul ball behind Tuchillo, 1-2. Almost a chance for a double steal, but instead, it'll just remain at the 1-2 count. With runners on first and second and nobody out in the bottom of the first inning, 2:17 right now on the East Coast. Here's the payoff throw, and the ball is grounded, and that was in the field of play, but it went off of the batter, so it'll be another foul ball. Count once again remains at 1-2. Stony Brook 16-8 overall, 12-1 in the conference, coming off of their Game 1 victory against the Retrievers. The Retrievers are now 12-9 overall, 7-9 in conference play. Owen Hamilton, the 1-2, and then he grounds it cleanly over to the shortstop, picked up by Roberts. It's a high throw over to Bellinger, goes over his head. Giordano will go to home, and Hamilton will get back over to second. And for Evan Giordano, it was a fielder's choice apparently, but Giordano goes home, and Hamilton got to second on an error. So that's how it'll go down. Another unfortunate turn of events. That type of error was how it blew the game for UMBC back in Game 1. Very unfortunate. For Tuchillo, he gets safely first on the fielder's choice. For Hamilton, he makes it to that on the E4, apparently, is a catching error. And the ball hits Paradine on the first pitch, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
The left fielder, number 7, Evan Fox.
So already it's starting to become a little trouble for the Retrievers early in this game. So now Evan Fox will come up to bat. In Game 1, Evan Fox, he was the one that drove in that hit out to center field that Christian Easy was not able to pick up cleanly, which led to the run for John Tuchillo as he was able to make it all the way around home. UMBC had a good start to the game in Game 1, but this start right here, pretty much the opposite. And it's not really what Owen Hamilton imagined enough for his first appearance of the season. Or actually, this is his 7th appearance of the season, we would seem. He comes to Baltimore from the College of Marin out in Northern California, where he hit a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 19th inning to win his high school league championship back in 2017. So, Owen Hamilton will now deal with Evan Fox. We'll see if Hamilton tries to work his way out of trouble after there was already an unearned run for the Retrievers. The first pitch to Fox, he'll ground it over to the shortstop, picked up by Roberts. The throw over to second is successful. The throw over to first is not in time. A fielder's choice that allows Hamilton to get home, and with the first out in the bottom of the first, it's 2-0 Stony Brook. So it is another fielder's choice, where this time there is an out. So 2-0 Stony Brook. We got John LaRocca now up to bat. For John LaRocca, he was 0 of 3 in Game 1. The first pitch as the runner goes, and it's a foul ball along the left side of the field. It goes out of play for 0-1. You're really starting to see a lot of stolen base attempts. The only successful so far here in the bottom of the first has come from Evan Giordano himself. Count now 0-1 for LaRocco. Pickoff attempt at first, and he is safe. You imagine for anybody that's going to be on the mound for the Retrievers today, they're going to have to keep a very close eye on those batters, the ones who are on base. The 0-1, the runner going, and it'll be Fox moving ahead to second. It'll go down as the catcher's down as defensive indifference. So man on second and third with 1 out. Pretty smart move by Evan Fox. See how this leads. The 0-2. He fouls it behind him on the left side. Count remains 0-2. Seawolves led by Matt Senk, who has been with them beyond Division I. And it's given them all-time 7 NCAA tournament appearances, 6 of them coming from the D1. 2012, the best year ever. Nobody in the nation will forget. The 0-2, and this ball flew out deeply to left field. Diaz is under it, and the catch is made. No, he loses possession of it. It's another error. It'll be an easy walk over to home by Tuchillo, as Fox will move over to third, and you get Rucka over to second, and that's the second error for the Retrievers in this contest.